everyone, today I'm finally going to be sharing my favorite albums that were released in 2023, and as always this is just my list, and this is in no particular order really besides my number one, so kind of disregard what the order is. It doesn't really mean anything. And let's get into it. At number 10 I have Lover's Game by The War and Treaty. Shout out to Jasmine for this recommendation. She has a couple other recommendations that actually made it onto this list, and so I'm really glad that I listened to it. I feel like it's just a really soulful project overall. It has some elements of country in there, some rock elements as well, just something that really makes you feel at home in the best way. Amazing vocals from both of them paired with some great production choices that are really interesting to listen to, and I really like the songwriting on here as well. So definitely a slam dunk for me. Really quite enjoy this project. My favorite songs on this album are going to be Lover's Game, The Best That I Have, and Up Yonder. At number 9 I'm going to put Christmas with Brandy by Brandy. Some people might be like, why are you putting a Christmas album on this list? It's not valid and blah blah blah. But if you know one thing about me, I love Christmas music. Always has, always will, and I'm just a festive person. And so Brandy, the vocal bible, does it again. Like I said, her voice only gets better with age, and she shows that time and time again on this project. You have her singing some great Christmas originals mixed with some great classics, and she does a fantastic job. I have said that the production, like the first two songs and the last song on her vocals, sounds kind of off to me. I don't know if they were doing autotune or Melodyne or something on there, but it sounded off. And then everyone commented on my video and they were like, oh, don't you know that she vocal stacks and stuff like that? Of course. I'm a big fan of her. I'm a big fan of Mariah. I'm definitely familiar with that, but it didn't sound like that to me. It sounded like they put some effect on her vocals I didn't like. Besides that, this is a great album. I feel like this album has not got the appreciation that it is deserved, but I will appreciate it. I will listen to it. Favorite songs on this album, definitely have to give it to Christmas Party for Two. Really great original Christmas song. Quite enjoyed it. She has a rendition of the Christmas song, which is just lovely. She truly makes it her own, so I did love what she did with it. And then also, I definitely have to give it to her rendition of Stevie Wonder's Sunday at Christmas. Also, honorable mention to her rendition of Santa Baby. I really did enjoy that. So I'd recommend this if you're a fan of Brandy. If you like Christmas, it's a good project to listen to in my opinion. At number 8, I'm going to have Boy Genius, the record. So Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker, and Lucy Dacus come together once again to make their debut album, and this was a great body of work from all of them, I will say. This album has some of the most heartbreaking lyrics you will hear the entire year, no doubt. Great production on here. I appreciate their vocal harmonies on here. It just clicks for me, and so I am glad that they put out their debut album this year. I'm glad that we got more work from all of them, because them together is just truly special. They just really know how to write for every single emotion that you've ever felt, and it's incredible. So I definitely recommend the album. Favorite songs on this album, I really love Cool About It. That's definitely my favorite song on the album. I'm glad that they released that as a single. Emily, I'm Sorry is just devastating, but in the best way. And then Not Strong Enough is a really catchy track as well. And now at number 7, Snow Angel, the deluxe version by Renee Rapp. And so I just listened to her this past week because she put out a song with Megan Thee Stallion, which I did enjoy, and then Jasmine recommended this to me. I was like, you know what, I should actually give it a shot. I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected, I will say. I think she's a really great singer, and I just love what she's doing with the vocals all the way through the project. I feel like the songwriting is very introspective and relatable, and I really tend to like the production on this album. A lot of times it's giving me that early 2000s kind of feel, which I absolutely adore. So it was a really great album. There was not a single bad song in the album in my opinion. My favorite songs on here are going to be Talk Too Much, Gemini Moon, 23, and Pretty Girls. Now on to number 6, which is going to be That Feels Good by Jessie Ware. So I tried to listen to What's Your Pleasure like a little bit after it came out because everyone was raving about it. For some reason I couldn't get into it. Maybe I should revisit it. And another Jasmine recommended album, and yeah, this one just hit all the right buttons for me. It did exactly what it needed to do. It's kind of giving me that like funk, jazz, soul kind of feel from the 70s, which I really do love. It's just a really fun album to listen to. Very energetic vocals on this. I think that the songwriting is on point. I love the production and just the feel that it has. There's no bad songs on this album. A very fun and entertaining listen all the way through. I highly recommend this thing. Really knocked my socks off, so I'm really happy that I listened to it. My favorite songs are That Feels Good, which is a really great opening track. Hello Love is just beautiful. Doesn't really get much better than that. And then the last song I picked was Begin Again. And now on to top 5. At number 5, I'm going to have This Is Why by Paramore. I really do enjoy them as a group. I think After Laughter was a great album. I was very much looking forward to this effort, and they did not let me down. What's very important for me from artists is artistic growth, and that's what they gave me on this album. I can definitely feel the growth from them, but it doesn't feel so drying that I'm like, I completely hate this. They gave me something that I enjoy listening to from them, and that's all I can ever really ask for from them. So great rock album in my opinion. I think the songwriting on here is great, really thought-provoking overall, especially on a track like The News, which kind of to me is about like you just see everything that's happening in the world in the news and you want to do something about it, but unfortunately you're powerless. Or it's just like you can see the propaganda that happens all the way throughout the news and the way that news cycles really do forward certain narratives and all these things. And I think it's really important to make sure that you're fact checking your information and stuff like that, getting it from multiple unbiased sources. So that concept was really fascinating to me, and so I really love the vocals. vocals on here, of course. I love the instrumentation all the way throughout this record. It was just something that was a great listen in my opinion. And so my favorite songs on here, Running Out of Time is probably my top favorite song on this album for sure. I just thought that it was a really fun listen. And then I also, of course, love the title track, This Is Why, something that's so relatable. I really also quite enjoyed Crave as well. Honorable mention to Figure Eight, because I think that that's just a really cool track to listen to. And now on to number 4, which is going to be Jaguar 2 by Victoriamonet. We've been waiting for this album for a bit. I really loved the first Jaguar. I thought that it was a great album, no skips, has a lot of replay value for me. So whenever this finally came out, I was super excited, and it lived up to the hype. In my personal opinion, it gave what needed to be gave. Victoria's pen is as sharp as ever, heavenly vocals all the way throughout this, and still a lot of personality in regards to that. And I also really quite enjoyed the production all the way throughout this thing, and there's no skips on this album in my opinion. My favorite songs on this album, How Does It Make You Feel, is like a top 3 song of this year. I do not care. Oh, She Devoured. Yeah, there's not much more praise that I can give this song. I love it so much. On My Mama, The Hit That You Are, and that one lyric about the peppermint, yeah, I really love that. And yeah, it's just super catchy. I'm glad that this was like her first like hit that really, you know, made something, because I feel like it was really richly deserved. And then I also have to mention All Right, of course, but there's really great songs on this album such as Hollywood, Stop Asking Me for Shit. Smoke really grew on me. I did not like the feature on it whenever I first heard it, but it became one of my favorite songs of the year, oddly enough. So yeah, if you are big into R&B music, it's a must listen. It's a must listen. I'm glad that she's getting a lot of praise for this project. I feel it's about time with all the hits that she's written, and I cannot sing its praises highly enough. So definitely a great album. And now on to number 3, which is going to be Guts by Oliviarodrigo. Olivia continues to give me hit after hit after hit. Her consistency has to be studied. She's my favorite pop girl right now, contemporary pop girly, and so I mean the consistency just doesn't lie to me. I like the Sour album a lot. I felt like there was too many ballads on the album. I felt like we needed to have more up tempos. I felt like she can improve upon Sour, and that's what she did on this album. I feel like the songwriting is stronger overall, super catchy. I like the production on this album a lot. I feel like she has improved as a singer, and she just always makes something for the girls. Like, she just gets it. And so this album was something that I've played a fair amount this year, and I just gotta give Olivia her kudos for this. She did not succumb to the sophomore slump, and she did what needed to be done, and we absolutely love to see it. So I would definitely recommend this if you enjoy pop music, because, you know, she's gotta have at least the bop or two that you're going to enjoy in this album. My favorite songs on this album, Vampire is one of the best songs of the year by far. I love the bridge on this song. I love the piano. I love the vocals. I love how it progresses. She fits so many words into this entire song. It's just really unique in terms of the vocal delivery all the way throughout it. I just think it's an amazing song. I really love it, and I still love it more than Driver's License. After all this time, I could hear it 100 times a day. I'm gonna prefer it over Driver's License every time. Maybe that's because Driver's License is more popular. I don't know, but I just really love Vampire a lot. And my favorite song on the album is Getting Back. I think that this is just a really fun song. And then I really appreciate how someone kind of pointed out that this song kind of has like 2 meanings, because 1, I'm gonna get him back, I'm gonna get my revenge on him, or 2, I'm gonna get him back like in this relationship and see him again or whatever. But either way, she's gonna win. So I just really love it, and the nature of it, the guitar, yeah, it's a really fun song whenever she performs it live. So definitely have to give a nod to that one as well. Bad Idea, right? Yeah. This was for the girls. This was for the girls. You either get it or you don't. First time, I didn't really get it, if you guys saw my reaction. But whenever I re-listened to it again, editing the video, I was like, wait, something is clicking here for me. And yeah, Olivia, the hit maker that you are. And shout out to Making the Bed, because I really do love that song as well, and her kind of talking about what fame has done to her in a sense, and just acknowledging, you know, how that could make her be perceived by the public. I thought that that was really fascinating. Pretty Isn't Pretty, I feel like that song doesn't get enough. McRae was real whenever she told her to keep that song on the album. I'm glad that she did, and yeah, highly recommend this album for sure. Olivia definitely ate and did what needed to be done as usual. I can't wait to see what she does next. Now to number 2, which is going to be Shindo by the Shindellas. Shout out to Jasmine for this recommendation. Again, just racking up the great recommendations. I really appreciate this. And I really enjoy this album because it really sounds old school in the best way, kind of giving me that 60s, 70s, 80s feel, that girl group kind of vibe, that Motown kind of vibe, R&B, that kind of moment. But at the same time, I kind of got like a 90s feel from one of the songs on the album as well. I think that they're all great singers. Songwriting on here is super catchy, well done. None of the songs feel like they play out too long. It's a really short album, but I enjoy every single second of it. I love the production on this thing as as well. High praise. I hope to see them get even more successful, because what they did with this album, we love to see it. It just has that classic feel to it, which I really love. And I love whenever people make music now that sounds like the old days, but then it also has that modern touch to it. And that's exactly what they did on this album for me. So I would definitely recommend this album and cannot sing its praises highly enough. So my favorite songs of this album are going to be Up to You, Something That I Want to Say, and Kiss and Tell, which is the one that kind of gave me that 90s vibe that I was talking about earlier. And now on to my number one pick. If you've been watching my channel long enough, it is not a surprise. I'm going to put Chemistry, the Deluxe by Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, this is an amazing divorce album. When I talk about divorce album, the divorce album was divorcing. Like, yeah. This is gonna be in my divorced album Hall of Fame. Next to Butterfly, Mariah Carey, 30, Adele. It's taking it. I'm sorry. It was something serious in that studio. She did what had to be done. Gotta respect it. Sometimes you just gotta kiss the ring. She kind of talks about her feelings about divorce overall, like having the love for the person still, but you know, everything's over, you have to accept that, and kind of just reminiscing before that, the good times, then the anger because of how she was betrayed and all those things, the sadness that comes from that, wanting to move on at the same time. And you also have just, you know, some great love songs in the mix as well. I really appreciate how multifaceted it is in that respect, and just how she kind of navigates that throughout the entire album. I think that that's a good thing for the album for sure. And then I also really quite appreciate the vocals on here. She is giving you the ballad, she's giving you great up-tempo songs to listen to, she's giving you those soft vocals, she's really going in vocally and just showing what she can do. One of the best singers of all time, in my opinion. She's definitely got to be in my top 10 for sure. And so her voice only gets better with time. And so just to listen to everything that she's doing vocally and all the vocal layering and the harmonies and all this stuff, it's just really enjoyable in my opinion. Also really like the production on this album for sure. And yeah, there's just a lot of highlights. Skip This Part is a really great opening track, and just the way that it ends with like that rocky feel and the progression, I really enjoyed that. Me and Mine were singles, which I really do enjoy as well. Gotta give a shout out to Favorite Kinda High for sure. I just think that this is a very consistent effort, and for sure it is her best album by far. This has had so much replay value for me. I've loved it so much. Every single time I listen to it, it's like I recontextualize it again and finding new things in the song to appreciate, and just like thinking about it differently than I did the last time that I listened to it, especially with Chemistry, the song for sure. And a lot of times whenever an artist turns like 30 or 40 years old, everyone just acts like they're dying, like the radio doesn't play them anymore, people aren't interested because like, oh, what do they even have to say? And I just think that that is so silly, because I feel like as artists get older and mature, there's just certain things that they're realizing about themselves. They stop caring as much what other people think about them. There's just always self-discovery and stuff like that. And this album was just a very mature effort. It was well thought out. It's a very cohesive moment for sure. Favorite songs on this, definitely got to give the nod to Chemistry, the song. I just think that it is a really gorgeous piece to listen to overall. She's giving you those soft, airy, light vocals. I love the way that it progresses with the production. I love the guitar right after the chorus. I love the lyrics on here. I think that it's some of her best writing to date. She literally says, I can't help but want you, help but love you. Help me someone erase my heart. I've been broken into. How'd you get in here? Now you're something that I just can't resist. I really love the lyrics that close out the song as well. She says, come on over, hold me closer, fall into my arms and never let go. Oh, our chemistry cuts me deep. I stay away cause around you my heart breaks. Devastating, but in the best way. What can I say? The pen was penning. Such a short song. Like, I play the song on repeat multiple times. Every time I listen to it, I just appreciate it that much more. It's like the gift of the world has been bestowed upon me. I think that this song is a really great kind of moment where it's kind of talking about what the chemistry is like between two people, the good outcomes of it, the bad outcomes of it, and just how conflicting you can feel when you're in it, when you're out of it. And I just think that it's a really fascinating piece in songwriting in that respect. And it has to be my song of the year. Has to be my song of the year. I played it so many times. I just hold it in such high regard. I'd highly recommend listening to it if you haven't. Just that good of a piece in my opinion. Also have to give it to I Hate Love with Steve Martin. I just really love the instrumentation on the song. I think that it's really cool just to listen to in that aspect. Her vocals on here are soaring. I love the vocal delivery, amazing vocals in that respect. And then I also really like the songwriting on here too. Last up, gotta give it to My Mistake, the only song on the album that she didn't write, surprisingly enough, but I really do enjoy it, so definitely gotta give it the nod there. Honorable mention for an album that didn't make the list but that I still really enjoyed, Niall Horan the Show. Just did not really have the replay value for me that I was hoping, and so that's why it didn't make my list. And I like to keep it down to 10 albums, so that's kind of my thoughts there. But my favorite song on there is On a Night Like Tonight. I also really liked Meltdown, and I really liked Heaven as well, so definitely want to give that a little bit of an honorable mention. Now on to some EPs, so definitely got to give the love to Flow, Three of Us. I thought that it was a great effort from them, a great showing. My favorite song on there is going to be Control Freak. Then definitely got to give a shout out to Boy Needless the Rest EP. I really liked Afraid of Heights off off of that little EP. I want to share my favorite re-releases that came out this year. First off, definitely got to give the nod to Mariah Carey's Music Box, the 30th anniversary edition. And I do enjoy the Music Box album. I think that with this new version, I think that it's got a lot better because she was actually able to put on the songs that she wanted to, like Do You Think of Me, All I Live For example. We're getting My Prayer, which is something that we have never heard before, which I really appreciate. Working Hard, great, one of my favorite songs of the year for sure. And yeah, just really delightful to listen to. I'm glad that she switched out the album cover because the original album cover I felt like it was too close up. And yeah, Mariah Carey is my favorite artist of all time, you guys already know, so I wanted to have a little section for that. Definitely got to give her 10s for the re-release of this album. Appreciate everything that she does for the fans. Then I have to give it to Janet Jackson. She re-released her Janet album from 1993, and you're getting songs such as One More Chance on there, and on, 70s Love Groove. And so One More Chance definitely got to be a favorite for me. Also love the other two songs in No Slouch, and we got some other remixes and stuff on there, but I really did appreciate that. Janet is a legend, so I really enjoyed that. Next up, gotta give the nod to Ariana Grande, Yours Truly, the 10th anniversary edition. And so I really did appreciate this because she went in, she re-sang some of the songs. Now I can actually tell what she's saying. I've been a fan of her ever since she started. There's songs I've been listening to for years. I still don't know what she's saying. I just go along with it. And so I really like the new version of Baby I, for example. The new version of Honeymoon Avenue is really great. And yeah, really good listen overall. I appreciate what she did with it. Album cover could have been better though, because that's just a screenshot from the Way music video. Like, Ariana could have given me something else, but for what it is, I did appreciate it, I have to say. Also, this one isn't a re-release, it's a re-recording. Taylor Swift 1989 Taylor's version. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I do think that the original is still better, but for what it is, the re-recording is good. I really like the new I Know Places. I really like the new Clean as well, for sure, so definitely want to give those nods there. I would be remiss if I didn't include it because 1989 is one of my favorite pop albums of all time, a pop bible for me. I cannot stress it enough. I did an entire review on it. If you guys would like to check that out, I talk about every single song. But yes, that is going to be my favorite albums of the year, and EPs, re-releases, all this stuff. I figured I might as well include it all in one video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this list down below in the comments. Do we share any of these picks? If so, let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know your favorite albums of this year. Are there any albums this year that you thought were really great that I didn't include on this list? Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure, I didn't listen to the album at all and everything. I wanted to apologize for this video being a little bit later than it was last year. I just need a little bit more time, but I hope that you guys enjoy. And if you guys wanted to see my albums of the year the past few years, then I'll have a kind of screen right here that'll take you guys to it. It'll be at the end of this video, link down below in the description. That's gonna be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like. It helps me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm. I'd very much appreciate it. You can subscribe to see more videos like this. If the bell, you notifications your phone when I post, so you're not missing brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description will be my second channel. I've been posting on there every day basically since November, only missed one day, and so I'm really on fire over there. Most of the time I'm just reposting my TikToks, but I don't post all of them, so if you want to see everything that I post, definitely go follow me on TikTok. But recently I finally posted my review of Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas One and All tour, and I also posted my review of the Full Millie tour that I went to, so you guys can go check that out. I also have 2 more videos that I filmed months ago that I really want to get out before the end of this year, so I'm going to try to get them out by the end of this year. If they're not out this year, then they'll be out very early next year, but I really want to have the stuff that I recorded this year actually be out this year. But yeah, definitely go check me out on the second channel. Thank you guys for all the support there. We hit 300 subscribers. It means so much to me. And then I'm also going to have my TikTok, like I already mentioned. I have a second TikTok account, which is more so for song appreciation, so you guys can check me out over there. I have a Twitter account, which I'm on every day, a backup Twitter account. I have my Instagram, I have my Spotify as well, if you guys like to follow me. And last up, links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.